Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm NJ Welcome to our family's garden today. Today, we are celebrating our 1 year of growing the Moret tree collard in our family's garden. I want to say before I get into why I love the tree collards, I do want to mention to you all not all tree collards that are grown from seed are true to its type. However, this Moret tree collard here is actually true to its type. We grew our tree collard from seed a year ago on September 18th, 2020, and that is today. I do want to mention though that we not only grew it directly from seed outdoors, but we also grew a couple of seeds indoors as well to see if it would germinate, and it did. I also want to mention to you all too is that we gave those that we grew away and kept one for ourselves. How I got into knowing about tree collards was over a decade ago from John Carter Green's YouTuber who's well known around the world. And at the time he was living in Northern California, and it's way before I started gardening on my own. And I was like, "Oh, what is that?" And it was the real tall tree collard, which was the purple one, I believe. And he was growing in a raised bed. And I was like, "Oh, I gotta have one of those one day." And I said, "I'm going to get one day. I'm going to get one." And I officially did last year, growing from seed. Now, what I have noticed is that this year that we are in a food shortage, which is kind of sad. And there's nothing I want to say to you all as I'm telling you this, that there's nothing wrong with growing annual vegetables in your garden. I would say if you love perennial vegetables, pick a perennial vegetable that you love and grow it with your annual vegetables as we are doing here. One of the annual vegetables that we do love is collard greens or greens, right? And so because we heard about the tree collard and it's a perennial, I said, why not we implement growing annual collard greens with our perennial tree collards? And that's what we have done. And there's so many different perennial vegetables out there, guys. But because of everything we're going through now and what we're seeing, I suggest we start thinking about the future. I will say that this Moret tree collard has fed our family throughout this year. And this Moret tree collard was actually cultivated by a professor out in Berkeley. I believe it was Moret College or Moret University. Professor Chris. Professor Chris is the one who developed this tree collard here, and they named it at the college or university that he was working at the time. Tree collards are a great green to have in your garden. You have so many different vitamins and nutrients, and I am super happy that we were able to have something that is this precious. And how I got this Moret tree collard or the seeds from it was from Project Tree Collard. And I was doing my research on trying to find a place where I can get the seed because I love growing from seed. And also with the tree collard itself, you can grow from cutting as well. And there's nothing wrong with it. So I want to show you our journey, and then I will finish explaining to you my thoughts on this Moret tree collard. now that you all have seen how we started our journey growing the Moret tree collard, I do want to mention that if you love perennial vegetables like asparagus, or if you love annual vegetables like collard greens or brassicas, like collard greens, tree collards is great to have because it is a collard. I would definitely say there's nothing wrong with annual vegetables, but because we are going into a food shortage, it is great to have some perennials and annuals intertwined in your family's garden, like how we are trying to do here. Um, this one tree collard has fed our family almost a whole year, not including our annual vegetables, guys. And at least one, two, three, four, like five leaves here, guys, could give us a 1 gallon bag, freezer bag of collard greens. So imagine if we kept harvesting, guys. Like we have collard greens for weeks on, and if we had multiple tree collards growing, we'll be set. But I decided to keep one, and we gave the rest our seedlings or our plant starts to friends and family. But but besides saying that, you all, I'm happy because as we come down a little bit, we have new growth here, guys. You see this? This is amazing. And this gives me and our family opportunity to share our blessing with you all. Hopefully, we'll be able to give away cuttings soon, and my prayer is to give away cuttings to you all, and including our family. And you guys know, once you're a subscriber, you are family, guys. So just know that, and that's from my heart. That's not me just saying that. I consider you all family, and so hopefully we'll be able to give everyone cuttings. I will say that you do get pests when it comes to tree collards, but let me just say this: one of the reasons why it's called tree collard is due to the bark of this tree, of the tree collard. Okay, that's why it's called the tree collard. And as you can see, look at these roots, man. These roots are massive in this grow bag here. You see that? All this is roots, besides the chamomile. And I think the chamomile is attached to this tree collard now. So I have not had the chance to move it or transplant it, but this thing is huge, as you can see. Okay, when it comes to pests, it does get pests, but not a lot of pest pressure as other variety of tree collards. I have seen cabbage moth eating on the leaves, as you can see here, and their little baby worms, which is called, I think, a cabbage worm. We have seen aphids, and we get a lot of spiders, guys, in our garden, family's garden back here. So there have been spider webs back here. But as you can see, look at how it's developing up close, guys. I want you to get up close and personal with our Moret tree collard. And I believe if it was in the ground, this thing would get up to 2 feet to 7 feet tall and can last for a few years. And so this is why I wanted something like this, especially because there's a food shortage. But before that, I was always interested. When I saw John Collier from GrowingYourGreens.com, I saw him having the purple tree collards, and I was like, "Oh, I wish I could have one of those." And this was years ago, before I even started gardening. And I was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, wow!" And then I saw Plant Abundance on YouTube creator. He also had a variety of different collards, and so it made me even more interested. And I started seeing everyone else do it. I'm like, I gotta get my hands on one. So you know what I did? I researched and found the projecttreecollard.com, Project Tree Collard, and they sell numerous of different varieties of tree collards, and they just released 2 new varieties that they created on their own, which is the Jolly and Big Blue. And these are 2 new species of tree collards that you can also have in your possession, guys. And so I just wanted to give you just an overview and my observation, guys. The leaves do get sweeter in the fall and winter months, and the spring and summer, guys, it's not that bitter. But this Moret tree collard here has a little sweet taste to it in the spring and the summer, from what I have noticed. You could juice this, you can cook it, you can eat it, you can make a salad out of this. There's a lot of different things you could do. Make a wrap, like a burrito if you wanted to. And I also have had the opportunity again to use it as a fertilizer tea garden and fertilize our whole garden. And you guys know little NJ love collard greens, so this is not just only for me but in my family, but this is for anyone who wants to know about tree collards. I suggest you go get you some cuttings or a plant start, or even try to grow from seed. Experiment and try to create your own tree collard variety, because that's what people are doing now. Try to make their own tree collard. It will take some time, but it works. I'm NJ Cali Gardner. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, peace.